Hello everyone, this is a tutorial for those of you who would like to learn part 3 of For Elise. It's the part that goes like this. So what I'll do is first I'll play through the whole thing, then we'll break it down bit by bit and go through efficiently how to practice it, and then we'll glue all the parts together. You can learn this by rote, or if you already have the notes, this will help you hone your playing. Okay, so let's first go through the whole thing. And I'll go a little under tempo so you can follow. Back to the first part. Okay, so let's break this down bit by bit. First, let's do the right hand. So the first thing is an E diminished 7th chord. So you have to play E, G, B flat, C sharp. And there's an accent on it. So it's very dramatic. And you're going to put your 4th finger here because the top is going to go legato to that note, to the D minor chord. So F, A, D. This is a D minor chord because if we take the D from here and put it here, you see D, F, A, D minor triad. So you're going to practice doing this, both chords with accents. Next section, when you have that down, you're going to find a C sharp and an E, and just play 2/3 D and F, and then a D diminished chord. So this is a D diminished chord. The G sharp gets put down here. So G sharp, D, and F. So C sharp and E, D and F, and then you keep the D and F, and it becomes a diminished chord. Now you repeat it, and then A minor. So here are all 4 bars of that. E diminished 7th, D minor, now our 3rd, C sharp and E, D diminished, A minor. Let's go with the left hand that far, and it's just an A repeated. Now you can either do it like that, or you can just play one finger. So you could play 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, right? But you remember that the rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if you play 3, 2, 1, don't play 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, because that's the wrong rhythm, right? It's 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, now to keep that going, can you play it with the right hand? Can you just do one bar? Can you do the next chord? Can you do... Right? So this is how we practice. We practice linking the measures. And then you could start from this chord, the G sharp, E, F. Practice all of them. So this A gives you all of that drama, right? So it's the left hand giving us the drama. Let's go on the next part. So now you're going to play sixths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F to D. See, that's a sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to bring these 6 down cookie cutter fashion. Like that. So just move down one note. And then this final sixth, add this F sharp in the middle. So you can also go by what the thumb plays. F, E, D, C. Or you can go by what the fifth finger plays. D, C, B, A. Right? Now we can also go by the actual both notes, right? F and D, E and C, D and B, F, sharp, A, and C. Right? So when you have that down, you could do the next part, which is also sixths. C and A, C and A, E and C, D and B, C and A. Now the problem for this is that these are all legato, so you're going to have to use this fingering. 4-1, 5-2, and then 5-1, 4-1. And I think the legato, right? So I'm also using dabs of pedal, the damper pedal on the right, to get those notes together. Okay, so now that we have that, our left hand is going to do this. So these notes are going to add extra drama. So you have a fifth, a D and an A, then a D sharp and an A, and then an E and an A, and then an E and a G sharp. So again, D and A, D sharp and A, E and A, E and G sharp. Notice this is just 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 of these. And then there's an octave, and then we go back to our single note. So together, so to practice that, you're going to do 1 bar at a time. You're going to do this. And just stop on the next downbeat. And practice that until you can be quite fluid. You can even do this. You can go this slowly. So some of you would have to really be diligent and make sure you play 4 notes here. 2, 3, 4, and then note to note. Okay, so when you have that down, you can do the next bar. So you have D sharp and A, and you have your C, F sharp and A, that you're moving to an A minor chord here. Okay, so now our next measure. Now you may pause the video and go over any of these measures at your leisure and make sure you master. Right, so this is the next measure. So it's C and E and A, and A and C. These chord-wise, well, this is an A minor chord. So if I rearrange, I got the E and I put it here from the left hand, then I put the A. You see, that's an A minor chord, right? So still an A minor chord, and then this is an E7 chord. So we're still at the key of our piece, which is A minor, and we're just doing our 1 chord, A, and our 5 chord. So it's just A minor and E7. A minor, E7, A. Right? This is a D minor chord for the second section. And then a C diminished 7th chord. A minor, E, A. Okay, so when you've mastered the second 4 bars, the third 4 bars are just like the beginning. Except for one thing. to B flat. So first of all, let's do the left hand. So left hand is A, 2, 3, B flat. Right? So nothing really to master there. You're just playing a bunch of A's and then a bunch of B flat. So right hand is our diminished right from the beginning. E diminished, D minor, then our thirds, just like the beginning, C sharp and E, D and F. But now we're just going to stay on that D and F. Okay, pretty easy, right? So you can link these measures. And what is that? That's a surprise, right? It's a B flat chord. Right? We're expecting, but instead we get big surprise. Okay, so next measures. Okay, so we have a G and an E flat, and we're going to do more sixths, F and D, E flat and C, and then B flat and D. And except for this one, we're going to fill in the entire chord, which is a B flat chord in first inversion. So again, G and E flat, F and D, E flat and C, B flat, F and D, or D, F and B flat. Okay, next chord is going to be a D minor chord, and then B diminished chord, so D, F, and G sharp, and then A minor, and then E7. So A minor is going to be C, E, and A, and then D, E, and B. The E and the G sharp is in the left hand. So let's do the left hand here. We're going to stay on our B flat from before the whole time. So left hand is this. Then B natural, C, and then an E chord, E and G sharp. Again, B flat second measure, B natural, C, E and G sharp. So together, you would link these measures. Right? You go to the next downbeat and then do the second measure. So it's B flat major, B flat major 7, which is just a passing chord, B diminished. So B flat major 7, B diminished, and then start on this measure. A minor. And then you can do the next measure, E7. So it's E, G sharp, D, E, B. Right? So these chords are both kind of short. This chord is a little longer. Chords just dry. Okay, so let's play the whole last four bars. E flat major, B flat, B flat, B diminished, A minor, E7. Okay, so now the next bit are A minor arpeggios, and I often see people putting their thumb under, right? And doing this, doing motion like that, right? And that you don't want to do that, right? So you want to go you actually want to be moving this way with your. So how do we get that motion? Well, first thing you want to do is practice an A minor chord with the right fingering for the arpeggio. So you're going to start with 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 3, 5. So these two notes, even though these two chords, even though they're exactly the same notes, they have different fingering, right? 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 3, 5. And once you're here, these notes are going to be right in the hand position, right? So A, C, E, A, C, E, D, C, B. So now let's take it a step further. If you were to play them as solid chords, what would be the motion? It would be this. So if you could practice that and just move across, don't move up, move across, right? So as if you were to play this. You see how that works? So now I can move very efficiently. Did you see that? And you want to be able to practice one of them and then, right? And then you can do 2 of them. And 3 of them, right? So it's the same thing every single time. So you start on this A, below middle C, A, 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 A. Okay? And then the final part is just a chromatic scale. So the rule for a chromatic scale is 3 on the black note, 1 on the white note. And until you have 2 white notes in a row, then you're going to do 2, 1. And it's in the order of your hand. You're never going to cross over. So that's the rule. So when you get to the last octave, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, and then you're back. Notice that it's not when you come back, it's not, it's just, right? If you use a Scooby method, it's Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. Instead of Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo, it's Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. Okay? So, left hand in this section to finish, right, is just going to play an A minor chord and a low A. So this A is, there's the lowest A on the piano and it's the next A up. It's this A. And then an A minor chord. Notice how dry this chord is. And that's it, right? So together, I'll do slowly. And then one last thing happens is you're switching from triplets to regular 16th notes. So you have triplet 16ths, which are 3 to the beat, right? So if we take you away from the music for a second, and you just have your tempo, da 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 da, right? So it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Now, can you keep this clap going and divide the beat by 2s? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Can you switch back and forth? 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2. Well, can you keep that beat going? 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1, right? And then when you get to here, it's 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. Do you hear that difference? Right? So you have to be able to go from the triplet to the duplet. 2 notes to a beat versus 3 notes to a beat. Okay, so here's that ending. And so on and so forth, right? So then you come back to the chromatic scale. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. Okay? So that's how you practice and you put everything together. So I hope this helps you. I hope you have a good time practicing. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you for watching.